Previously on Suffering TV, Toxic TV. Dead. Deceased. Dead-a-rooney. More dead. Expired. Cold. Eaten. Shoot me. This time, we won't actually be surviving 100 days, so strap into your seats. You're gonna need seatbelts due to the whiplash risk, so you know. Oh, and now that you're already strapped in, it's time to go get our unhealthy snacks. Get on. Please stay, I love you. Day 1. I built a 4x4 hut out of steel, and I cut the two corners to save at least a little bit of steel. We also made the door out of silver, since doors are exceedingly expensive. Well, in terms of its challenge, they are. Then, we built a research room and a fridge outside to stop animals from eating our food. I made Ice kill his best friend so we could eat. Oh, by the way, I did make him a cannibal this time, based on the comments from the last video, so he can't really get upset about eating people. Actually, he should rather enjoy it. Day 2. There was a mad snow hare charging at Ice, and the man one-shotted astonishingly. I'm almost proud of him. Almost. 2 hours later, some visitors from the Central Republic stopped by, and we bought all of their pemmican. Then a cargo pod crashed, and it had a blue fur tail cap, which lowered Ice's comfortable temperature by 18 degrees. A random cat also decided to join, and it will forever be remembered by Ice's stomach. Day 3. Some visitors from the Eastern Republic were going to stop by, but they left because of the cold. And I'm just saying, look at what they're wearing. Now look at what Ice is wearing. They are what we would like to call the big babies. Now there are 2 manhunting snow hares. Oh god, they're multiplying. He fails to kill the one charging him, and it somehow bites his ear, so I have him go inside for a bit, then go out and fight the other one. And it once again turned into an exchange of fisticuffs. This hare did a lot better than the first one. It bit Ice in his torso, arm, and leg, which I assume means the hare jumped on him and pulled a ratatouille. Day 4. A cargo pod with 2 steel clubs lands. Unhelpful. Day 5. Ice gets serious hypothermia while going out to haul some steel, so I force him to come back to the house, and unfortunately, he does get frostbite on one of his pinkies and big toes. 2 horses wander onto the map, and one of them had a caravan pack on, so I got excited, but it only had 7 silver. I sent Ice out to go hunt them anyways, and it went as poorly as one could expect. They both ran away from me. So basically, a recreation of my real life. Day 6. Solar flare, which means literally nothing to me. Then some manhunting blind salamanders. Ice does kill them after many missed shots, but who's counting? Well, I did. It was 5. A snow hare wandered over and ate some of our pemmican, so it was shot and left to bleed out. Basically, eye for an eye, or in this case, food for food. Then Randy Random decided that the snow hares are the actual main character of this show and sent another one to attack Ice. And he rather effectively handled the hare in ranged and melee combat, resulting in me getting confidence whiplash in this man's capabilities. Day 7 and 8. Research time! Please join me in pressing F for headphones users' ears. Shit. Day 9. 2 pandas wander in and Ice goes out to hunt them. Oh no! Panda revenge! Oh, they died. Well, anyways. Day 10. Butchering the 2 pandas gave enough leather to make tribal wear, which is shockingly good at insulating your body. By the way, the amount of blood is immense. Sorry, PETA. I'm not sorry. We received some visitors from the, you know what? I'm just gonna say it so perfectly and fast that you will understand it. Visitors from the clan stopped by and we sold them some pants. Days 11 through 17. Research time! No. From now on, if days are skipped, it means all Ice did was research, haul, or cook things that day. Day 18. A transport pod crashed and they had a lot of good clothes, including a parka. So, time to strip. No, not like that. A few hours later, we got a raid of 1 person with some rocks. But before we could deal with that, another transport pod crashed, but they didn't have any good clothes, so they kinda got ignored. Back to the raider. Ice missed a few shots, but killed the raider relatively quickly. So now there are 3 people who are either dead or about to be dead, meaning free food. Day 19. A beggar dropped by and requested we give him 33 of our silver, and, well, I'm a stingy bitch. So I refuse, and they should eventually leave. Oh. They died of hypothermia. Oh, but, well, now wait a minute. I did not betray them. Mother Nature did, and the record better reflect that. Now that Ice can stay out in negative 61 degree weather, we only need the campfire on if we need to make food. So I built a torch to provide some heat to keep it above negative 61, since it uses less fuel than the campfire. Day 26. Ice finished researching electricity and started researching batteries, as I decided to wait until we can actually store the power, since we don't currently need the heater. An animal transport pod crashed and it was carrying an ibex that was severely injured, so we killed it. Arguably an act of humanitarianism. Wait, it's for an animal. Does that make it animalitarianism? Day 27. It has now gotten cold enough that the torch no longer provides enough heat, and we will have to keep the campfire fueled. Big sad. Our cargo pod crashes, and it had a buffalo wool flap hat, which is a much better insulator than the tail cap Ice is currently wearing, so I forced him to put it on. Day 31. There was another transport pod crash, and they had nothing good on, so another 6 or so mules were acquired. And
another one.
But this time, they had an exceedingly good parka that insulates 93 degrees. That's about 50 degrees more than Ice's current parka. The only problem is, they got up and started walking off the map, and that can't be allowed. Now, if they would have just handed over the parka, we wouldn't have had any problems. But now, they're going to be food, and I still get the parka. See, kids? Crime does pay. Disclaimer, in no way does a Toxic TV or Toxic TV 15 YouTube channel endorse any crime, including but not limited to robbery and murder. Just because we don't endorse it doesn't mean you can't do it. But like, please don't. Days 32 and 33, I forgot to hit the record button, but Ice finished researching batteries, and there was a raid of one person with tox grenades. Now, I don't remember how bad it went, but I know that Ice never got hit, so it couldn't have been too bad. Day 34. So now that we had electricity and batteries researched and built, we needed to somehow get more resources, and I have a mod installed called No Power Comms Simplified, which adds a comms console for tribals that uses birds to contact other settlements. And I hoped that I could call for a trade caravan and that they would sell wood or steel. Only one setback. The tech has to be researched, so I had Ice get started on that. Day 39. So, I don't know what I expected, but I apparently didn't think of this plan through, as you need to build the message table, and then, apparently, an artificial bird, which I assume you chuck as far as you can and hope someone felt the call in their loins. But all of this requires stuff. Now, can anyone tell me what we don't have? That's right! A social life. Also, we don't have stuff, but that's less funny. Zit! Randy, this is why people don't like you. Day 42. An ice storm overtook you. This storm brings incredible low temperatures. Brings? What the fuck have we been living through in the meantime, a sauna? Thanks to the storm, the temperature has dropped below Ice's comfortable range, meaning the campfire will have to be fueled to avoid hypothermia again. While walking outside, Ice somehow cut 2 of his fingers and 1 of his toes. How? Well, I couldn't tell you. Day 45. The ice storm ended and I decided to dismantle the research bench for steel, since I couldn't think of anything else that we would want to research. I used the steel to make a small heater, so temperature wouldn't be a problem anymore. But this does have the side effect of leaving Ice with literally nothing to do except sit and wait for the Grim Reaper to visit. Day 46. Okay, this is boring. So my original rules for this challenge stated that I couldn't leave the tile, but if I didn't leave, this would have been an exceedingly boring video. So I sent Ice out to the nearest village to trade. I had him take some components and extra clothing to sell, and hopefully buy some much-needed wood and steel. Right after Ice left the base, we received a raid of 1 person, with a club. They then proceeded to tear down my windmill and battery. They tried to beat their way into the base, but died of hypothermia before they made it in. Day 47 through 52. Travel montage! Day 53. Ice arrived at the settlement and sold everything that we brought there. We bought 1 bison to help carry everything and to eat when we get back, 314 berries, 80 steel, and 100 wood. Day 59. A child calls Ice, somehow, and requests that we house him for 7 days, as he is hiding from a malfunctioning weather satellite, which would cause fog for 7.6 days. Now, the fog is not a problem. Literally means nothing to me. But I can't afford to feed the kid. So they would end up dead, and I'm no genius, but I don't think YouTube would like Ice eating a child, so I'm gonna have to politely refuse. With the steel we bought and from the fallen ship chunks, I decided to build an electric stove so Ice can cook without a fire, so we would only need wood for the torch, and the campfire in emergencies. We also rebuilt the windmill and battery. Bastard. Day 61. 2 man-hunting squirrels. Ice one-shot the first squirrel. The second one, on the other hand, evaded all the arrows, then bit and scratched his leg and torso. The rest of the day consisted of cooking our newly deceased muffalo. Day 63. A polar bear has decided to hunt ice, so I sent him inside and waited for the bear to wander far enough away from the door so we could get a few pot shots at it and retreat back inside. But the polar bear just ate our food, then left, and that is just disrespectful. If you're gonna hunt him, at least finish the job, because now we are hunting you. And peeing ourselves while doing it, because the polar bear could totally turn around and bitch slap ice. Day 64. So with nothing left to do here, I decided to go back to the nearby village to buy some wood or steel to expand the base. I took anything of even minor value to sell, and set off, hoping that I could buy another animal to help carry stuff. Day 70. Ice arrived, and unfortunately they had no animals for sale, and well, that's a problem, to say the least, so all we were able to get was 180 pemmican, 17 berries, and 49 wood. Essentially, the trip was an absolute waste of time, because we can't even expand the base at all. After Ice left, there was a transport pod crash back at the base, and they will die of hypothermia, so at least there's food waiting for us, I guess. Day 76. There was a raid of one person with a rifle, and Ice is only a few hours away. Will he make it in time to stop them? No. They destroyed the windmill and set the battery on fire. Not too bad, we have dealt with that before. Oh, they're still going. Yeah, I'm fine. I am cool, calm, and collected. Oh, look who showed up to save us about an hour too late. Day 77. Everything useful except the medicine is gone, and we don't have the resources to fix it. We only have enough to rebuild the broken walls, leaving Ice with literally nothing to do for the next 2 days. Day 80. A snow hare that I didn't even know existed stopped by and ate the last of the pemmican, so food for food, blah blah blah, but things can never be that simple, no. Ice missed every shot, and the snow hare ran off the map. Day 83. A trader from the Western Republic stopped by, and we bought some pemmican from them. And then, nothingness. Day 84. There was a one-person raid with a shiv. It would appear our colony wealth went down for some reason, so raiders don't get fancy weapons anymore. The raid went fine. Ice had to retreat a bit, but the raider was too slow to get close. Day 85. We made 3 meals from the dead raider, but the most amazing thing happened. We got contacted by a machine persona that wanted to perform some planetary experiments by depositing a layer of ash in the atmosphere, blocking sunlight for 19 days, and supposedly destroying the local ecosystem. Yes, it will ruin our beautiful barren ecosystem. How sad. Anyway, in exchange, we get a Psylink Neuroformer, which for those of you that don't play Rimworld or don't own the royalty DLC, it basically, in simple terms, gives the user magic. And when combined with the vanilla expanded Psycast, it's just mwah, amazing. Now, we got exceedingly lucky as I started with the Chronopath tree unlocked, and the first unlock is Time Skip Meditation, which ages the caster by 5 years, but gives him a lot of experience to level up and unlock new skills. So, I aged 5 years, and unlocked Plant Time Skip, which instantly grows any plants in the vicinity, and built these planter boxes, and I'm unsure what mod these come from, but I'm 99% sure they're not in the base game, so a bit cheaty. But you don't see anything, so it doesn't matter. While doing this, some toxic fallout started to roll in, and anything outside will be slowly poisoned, so Ice is locked inside now. It gives him plenty of time to meditate and instantly grow plants, I guess. I decided to plant peanuts, since I believe they give the most food, since sadly I can't plant corn in the planter boxes. Then Ice used his plant time skip to grow them immediately. Unfortunately, there is a 1-day cooldown on the cast, so he will just cook all the peanuts into simple meals till it's off cooldown. Day 87. I grew fiber corn this time, since each plant gives 2 wood, and we can use this to fuel the campfire, since we need it to be at least 32 degrees to actually plant crops. Day 88. An animal transport pod crashed with a dromedary inside, but we can't go outside because of the fallout, but it should still be there once it's over. So I made the choice to age Ice again and unlock the Harmonious tree because I had no idea what it did. I was feeling a bit risky, and I got Psychic Guidance, which I thought would be useful, until I found out you can't use it on yourself. My bad. Day 89. Ice got sensory mechanites that enhance all of his senses at the cost of continuous pain and suffering. Good trade. I had him grow the fiber corn again and fuel the fire. Hopefully it gets warm enough to plant more crops before the fire burns out and it doesn't allow us to get more food. But I forced Ice to cook the food instead of planting more fiber corn like the big dum-dum I am, so no more plants. Day 90. The toxic fallout ended, so Ice can at least go outside now. That's gotta be worth something. Oh, he had a mental snap and decided to hide in his room. How fitting. After going to sleep, he gave up on hiding in his room, at least. Day 91. I aged him again and unlocked the season time skip ability, and started going on my way to get transmutation in the Harmonish tree so we can play the lottery. After this, I instantly skipped all of December since it's the coldest month. This does, however, put Ice into a coma. Luckily, it's a short coma. Now, technically, the game sees this as 15 days passing, so I have completed the 100 days, but that doesn't seem to be in the spirit of the challenge, so I'm going to continue with my count of days. So then, I wasn't done yet. I aged Ice again, filling his psi focus, allowing us to skip another 15 days, bringing us to the warmest of the months, making surviving the rest of the 100 days very trivial. Day 92. I aged him again to keep unlocking more abilities. I want transmutation so I can play the lottery, goddammit! Day 93. Lottery attempt 1. Ice transmuted 75 human leather into a pain stopper. Not necessarily helpful. There was a one-person raid with a harpoon. They were uninterested in ice, and so we hammered them with arrows while strolling along. Then we ate them. Day 94. Lottery attempt 2. Transmuted 3 meds into 39 bananas, and you know what? Not the worst trade. There was another one-person raid, this time with the Shiv. Same outcome as the last raid, but Ice casually destroyed their brain this time. Day 95. All Ice did was meditate all day. Day 96. Lottery attempt 3. We transmuted the pain stopper into 6 targeting chips for a railgun, because I really needed that. Day 97. Attempt 4. Transmuted the targeting chips for 16 cups of Earl Grey tea. Captain Picard would be proud of me. Day 98. Attempt 5. Transmuted 66 silver into 25 hybrid wool. Then transmuted that into 18 deep shem. And then that into 17 alpaca wool. I don't have a gambling problem. You have the problem! Just because I can, I had Ice go out and hunt some snow hares, and he kills one of them and then kills the rest tomorrow. Day 99. Our transport pod crashed with one naked person in it, and we're just gonna let him die and then eat them tomorrow. Day 100! Yay, we survived 100 days! On a scale of 1 to 10, I rate this challenge a 105mm APFSD shell to the face. So, 100%. Would play again. No, that's all I got. Wait, what's happening? Oh, fuck me. He's getting kidnapped. Well, let's see where we end up. Oh my god. A fucking desert? Really? What? Why not throw me in a volcano? It'd probably be easier. Well, does anyone know how to survive in an extreme desert? Give me advice in the comments or the Discord. I'm gonna go cry in a corner.